Ad Victoriam. Hey there. You have a second? I was hoping to talk to you about something. I'm Solomon Hardy. I'm a doctor and initiate with the Brotherhood of Steel. I've got a proposition for you. Oh, you're that Vault Dweller that's been helping us out. Ad Victoriam. I guess I'm in luck. See, I signed up with the Brotherhood for a chance to help people across the country. But now that we're stationed in Atlas Observatory, my ability to reach patients has been limited. I'm looking for a safe and relatively clean place to store supplies and catch my breath while on the road. If you're willing to let me spend time here, I can offer surplus supplies and some medical services for as low a cost as I can afford. I suppose so. It's just the right thing to do. I've got the training, and people need my help. I appreciate the sentiment, though. I just need a small spot for myself. Stay out of your way, and I'll be around if you need any assistance. We have a deal? Thank you. This will give me the chance to help a lot of people. I really appreciate it. I'd remind you to wash your hands, but, you're likely to catch something worse from the sinks these days. Sure. I don't know if I'm a model member, but I can try and fill you in as much as I can. It's the least I can do. As a community, I think they're fine company. As a team, I don't think I've ever felt safe. What? You mean like their ideals and methods? There's some elements I can wholeheartedly get behind, that's for sure. Teamwork, structure, discipline. Just like my army days. There's some other elements that worry me, if I'm being honest. I'm comfortable with how this group here thinks, but, well, from the literature I've gotten my hands on, it seems like things are run a little differently in California. I think the metaphorical chain of command is getting awfully taut, if you catch my meaning. Now, I only know what I've read. Initiates like me have never actually been a part of the California Brotherhood. We were picked up along the way. But from what I gather, there's a lot more talk about hoarding technology than helping folk. How did that holotape put it? Help protect people from themselves? Something like that. I can appreciate where they're coming from, but my obligations are to help people by, well, helping people. Mutiny? Well, don't be putting words in my mouth. I don't think it's that serious, but I do think the folk out here take good advantage of the autonomy that the distance provides. Well, that. I don't have a lot of thoughts to share on that. Or at least, I'm cautious about sharing what thoughts I do have. I just know this. I joined this group because it was the best way I could help people across the country. Taking away a few plasma rifles here and there. I can sleep at night if that's the cost. Anytime. Just, don't make me regret sharing what I did. Not everyone is as keen on discussing the way things are done. I had spent the last 2 decades wandering to every burnt-out settlement and smoking crater in the ground I could find. The world was in need of healing, and I had the skills to do it. But I could only do so much alone. I'd hear about a community with some sick kids, or someone with a chronic illness. If I went to help, I would be turned away. They didn't want to risk letting some stranger into their mix. And I don't blame them, really. It's a rough world out there. But when I saw the Brotherhood roll in, people could not turn them away. Reminded me of my time in the Army. Where we went, there was a sense of safety, security. I wanted to take advantage of that. Help people on the road. Sure enough, they led me to plenty of people in need. Fine by me. What else did you need? Want to get personal? That's fine. That's fine. I'm not paying rent after all. Okay, couldn't hurt to answer a few questions. Ask away. My family goes back generations in Detroit, but my path has led me all over. I can thank the Army for that one. When the bombs hit, I was about a year from getting my MD at a university well away from home. I traveled all around after that, before bumping into Paladin Romani's group, that is. Well, if you're asking if I was able to get a piece of paper and the title before the world turned sideways, nuh-uh. Time wasn't on my side there. But the world has changed a lot since then, and you could fill a library with the sort of nonsense ailments that our wonderful wasteland can produce. So am I a doctor? No. But am I a doctor? You better believe it. Truth is, I come from a long, long line of doctors. But growing up, it never stuck. Lost interest in school. Couldn't make the grades. The Army felt like a place I could make a difference, so I enlisted right out of high school. Well, not the way I would have guessed. First time in active combat, me and a few guys from my unit got separated from the group. Artillery fire brought a whole cliffside down between us and our base. About 20 minutes later, when I found myself stitching up our medic, the calling finally caught up to me. Maybe it was in my blood, maybe saving lives just felt more rewarding than taking them, but that experience changed things for me. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Having two doctors as parents will teach you a few of the basics. It's not like I performed open heart surgery on the spot. A piece of shrapnel hit her in the thigh. It was causing heavy blood loss. But my medic survived. I flew out to the Capitol to get a few medals pinned on my chest, and then my CO pushed for me to be enrolled in OCS. Spent a few years on the track to an MD when a certain apocalyptic occurrence brought it to a premature end. Thanks for listening. Tell me about it. My parents helped run the chapel at their hospital. The runner-up for my name was Ichabod, so I think I got off pretty lucky with Solomon. I like it, though. Makes me feel wise. Maybe a little wiser than I actually am. I guess it's a side effect to having a good bedside manner. Patients tend to open up to me. They just need someone to talk to, from rookies to top brass. Everyone just needs a chance to be vulnerable. Since even the most routine checkups can leave you buck naked save for a flimsy gown, cultivating vulnerability is already my forte. I don't think breaking doctor-patient confidentiality is in my best interest. But you should talk to them yourself. I couldn't tell you much about the members back in California, but the folk that came over with Paladin Romani, I tell you, they've got some stories. Under that armor, they're just normal people like you or me. They've got aspirations and anxieties. They worry if they're doing enough, or if they're doing too much, or if they should be doing anything at all. Their determination might seem steel-clad, pardon the pun, but they're very human at heart. Of course. What else did you want to know? Would you look at the time? I've got a very, sick patient. Gonna need to review these charts here for a few hours. Maybe the next day or two. Of course. Just tell me where it hurts. You mean that ingenious use of America's finest soft drink? Of course. I haven't had the chance to thank your overseer or the vault dweller that provided the sample, but we owe them our lives. And look on your face. You're not telling me. That was you? Wow. You saved a lot of lives, you know. Remind me to buy you an ice-cold Nuka-Cola. This time, without your antibodies in it. You seem fine to me. Drink more water. That little scratch. I wouldn't waste your caps treating it. Come back when I can see out the other side. You seem fine to me. Drink more water. Try and get a good night's sleep. Sure thing.